point, but I just want to make sure I use them all right, so Lincoln, yeah, you get the win against Lincoln yesterday. One of the two conference teams you haven't beaten yet. What does that? What do you think was different in that game that you were able to pull out the 2 win?
Well, I think it's not only that game, but I think it's just kind of the way we've been playing lately. Our offensive game is definitely improved. We're able to get those timely hits, and our pitching is definitely improved. And we got those guys coming up in big situations that we didn't have necessarily, the first part of the year. And with the whole Lincoln game, they were huge for us because with playoffs coming into effect here in a couple weeks, we were playing for a decent seed, and so getting those 2 victories tonight definitely played a key role in hopefully getting us that 4 seed and giving us a good opportunity going forward here.
And then you mentioned the seeding there. Obviously, that's a big part of the final stretch here. What do you think it'll take to make that big push to get the favorable matchup?
I think right now, we just got to keep playing the way that we have been. It's a fight between us and Norwalk right now for that 4 seed. And the way it's shaping up, we're either going to be playing Indianola or Dowling. And at this stage of the game, I think our lineup, is better off against Indianola the first round and then coming back against Dowling. But whatever happens, but we can only put our control what we can control, and if we win, then we put ourselves in that best situation.
And then coming up tomorrow, obviously Hoover. Is that senior night or?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
So I know you had the one other home game too, but with that, what have these seniors meant? I know obviously I think Bradley it was that had to kind of end his season a little bit early, but what have the rest of these seniors meant? I know he's still been with the team and all that. Kind of how big have they all been?
Seniors have all played their part. Some guys play a lot and some guys don't necessarily play a lot, but they all play a certain role that really benefits our team. And having a couple guys go down this year, a couple of our seniors go down, it hurt initially, but it's allowed guys behind them to really step up and play big roles, and those guys have really stepped in and played well for us. And we still look to those seniors for leadership, especially with these younger guys, with some sophomores. They look to these older guys for leadership, and so they've played a huge part for us this year.
And then with Hoover, it was kind of a big difference in the 2 games you played last time. Well, close 1-run loss and then a nice, comfortable win. What do you think was the biggest difference there, and what do you have to channel from that win tomorrow as well?
Well, the biggest thing, when we first played them, is our offense was struggling at the time. We weren't hitting the ball very well, and we left runners on. And the difference between now and then is obviously our offensive game, and we're starting to time pitchers better and get timely hits, and guys are really battling at the plate, whereas before, we weren't necessarily battling as tough as we would like. But we just got to play our game. If we play our game, then things will go into place, and we should win both then.
And then next week too, kind of turns into a challenging week. You get 3 games in a row where you're trying to continue to make that push that you talked about. 2 conference opponents and obviously Southeast Polk. What is the challenge when you've got 3 games back-to-back against 3 different opponents?
It's whether they're back-to-back or they're every other day, it's always the same because you got to still be able to pitch it. You got to kind of spread out your pitching, but at the same time, the difficult is trying to use relievers and figure out, if guy pitches so many innings, he's got to have this many days rest, and just trying to maneuver our pitching staff around. The 4 conference games are obviously big between Indianola and North. We're trying to play for that position in the conference. And then obviously Southeast Polk is a very good opponent, 2-time defending champs coming back. And we're trying to put our best lineup against them as well. It's one of those things as a coaching staff, you just kind of put things together as they come and go from there.
Mm-hmm. And then, I went off here. And then you kind of talked about the matchups that you're looking at with the teams that are in there, but the rest of the district, you don't know exactly who you're going to play yet. You kind of know that you mentioned leading on to what challenge do all those teams play where you played some of them, but some of them you haven't seen this year?
Actually the only team we haven't faced right now is Norwalk. But this day and age with technology and scouting stuff, it's making connections with other coaches to get scouting reports are huge for us. But I think, all of our opponents we've at least faced at least once, minus Norwalk, and so we have a pretty good idea what we need to do to be successful, and we just got to be able to execute it.
Okay. All right. That's all I have.
All right,
Thank
you,
you.
sir.